the famous and unknown are ready to go for the 2016 BDO World Darts Championship. And whether you're on top of a hill in London or in the leafy countryside of Surrey, it's a sport all about these people, the fans. No drink limit, no segregation, no problems. And looking down from the balcony is the man who made this lot first dance. He's been around for so long that the National Trust have just named him a listed building. Bobby George, how you doing, sir?
Thank you very much.
9 days with you is a pleasure for me. And this is, on one hand, a comfortable pair of shoes, the BDO Lakeside Championship, but on the other side, it's like exciting because who's the next Yellow Classen? Who's the next Dave Chisnell? Who's the next Stephen Bunting?
Well, this is where they make the stars, here. They do well here, and then they can go on and on and on. But 48 men in this tournament, it's anyone's, really.
Wow.
It's very difficult to say who's going to win.
Well, on that note, the Dazzler, let's have a little look through the draw before we even get into today's action. So the obvious names jump out. Glenn Durrant's the #1 seed. Will we be saying next Sunday night, Durrant, the current champion?
Well, you might be. You never know. But he's well mastered. He won 6 tournaments. He's #1 seed. He's a #1 BDO player. So obviously he's done very well last year.
I think if you go right down to the bottom of that, which I'm doing an injustice to Gert de Vos and Wesley Harms and other names in that list, but I think Jamie Hughes against Ross Montgomery is too close to call.
Jamie Hughes, steady player, goes off a little bit. Montgomery, really military player. Serious, straight darts, no messing about. So it'll be interesting going there.
It's interesting because up the road, everyone was talking about MVG and Phil Taylor, and Gary Anderson was just going, haha, this is brilliant, no one's talking about me. Here, nobody's talking about Scott Waits.
Scott Waits, cunning, been cunning this year, hasn't he? You don't hear nothing about him. No, he's won it before.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's there again, so obviously he's been playing good darts to qualify.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one to keep an eye on. The bottom half of the draw is intriguing as well. A mixture of the unknown, those who've been here before and got their feet under the table, and very familiar names as well, like Wolfie. Martin Adams, fresh from his first appearance at the Grand Slam of Darts in the last 12 months, which was unbelievable. Scott Mitchell, though, the defending champion, we know it's difficult to retain it here. What chances that Scotty Dog will be barking on Sunday night next week?
Well, the thing is, if you're a champion, I think Eric Bristow done it once. He followed on and won it. It's very difficult. He's been champion, been a pop star, not really, you know, looking after what he's doing. He's getting money, he's smiling, it's lovely, shaking people's hands. He hasn't been playing enough. He's got right. He's got out of it this year, but he's 7th seed, but he hasn't played like he did last year. So, you know, he's got his work cut out. Well,
one game at a time, sweet Bobby. Here's what we've got coming up for you this afternoon. It's hey baby time, but Tony O'Shea could go from DJ Otzi to Outsy if he's not too careful. He's taking on the Welshman, Jim Williams. Then it's the women's champion, Lisa Ashton, armed with those ton-plus checkouts and ready to defend her title, starting against Paula Jacqueline. And after a qualifier, it's party time with Daryl Fitton, hoping to leave an informed Dennis Harbour all at sea. Here's a warning for you, there will be puns. First up then, the Silverback on this stage. He's got his work cut out today. Here's the thing, Tony O'Shea, whether he's playing in the Grand Slam or playing here at the Lakeside, is the people's champion. But who wants to be that? He wants a major trophy in the cabinet, and he wants it now. The clock is ticking. Let's find out how he's feeling this year.
We say it every year, it's great to be back here at the Lakeside. It's about 15 years now for me, I think. There's nothing like it. I mean, I've played literally everywhere on the planet, darts, Australia, America. I've won a big tournament in America, and nothing is like the Lakeside. Even losing at the Lakeside's a pleasure, to be honest, sometimes, and just love that stage. Last 18 months not been brilliant. I've dropped down the rankings quite a bit, but the last 3-4 months, I mean, everyone will tell you I've actually started playing well again, and I've got a few big wins under my belt. I've beat a lot of good players, and I played well recently in Holland on a television event, so I'm actually looking forward to this. I mean, it's been a while since I've said that, to be honest, but it's my job, and you've got to get on with it, but I'm actually looking forward to it. Probably does play on my mind because I've lost the last 2 tournaments in the first round, and last year I lost to Scott Mitchell, who went on to be world champion, and I was in that game and I was leading for virtually all the match. But it just shows you that if I could have just snuck that last leg, could have been me. So you never know. But that's the beauty about darts. That's why we both love and hate it. You just never know. And of course it's a tough round, the first game. Jim's had a great year. He's a young kid. He's a lovely kid and all. Yeah, I couldn't have got much of a tougher round than the one I've got, to be honest. I'm looking forward to it, so obviously that's a bit different this year, and I'm going to enjoy it. I'm 55 next, so I might not have too many of these left in me, so I'm going to enjoy every minute I can.
But Tony, of course, is such a familiar story. The less familiar face is Jim Williams. This is a coin toss, though. This is a really close game, Bobby.
Well, yeah, because people don't know Jim Williams, but he's World Cup singles champion.
Yep.
He represents Wales. Apparently he's a very, very good dart player. And Tony, obviously, we know he is because he's been run up 3 times.
And he cuts the figure of a more modern dart player. Look at that. He's got a bit of bicep going on there, right? There's a bit of nip and tuck, Bobby. There's no real sign of a beer belly anywhere in sight. It's properly old against new.
Well, he's young, isn't he? He's got a long while to do, get a beer belly. It takes a long while.
Okay,
he's got his work cut out, but he is apparently a very, very good player.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to this game, to be honest with you.
And what about Tony? Because every year we're in that same situation. We know how popular he is, and we kind of try and disconnect ourselves a bit from the emotional attachment we have to him. But once he goes further into the tournament, we all start believing again, and then we have our hearts broken.
I mean, you think 3 times run up, it must hurt him, really. And he keeps coming out 15 times. I think he just said he's been there. This is his 15th time. Well, it could be his lucky year.
You also, Bobby, in my radio show the other day, were picking the all-time greatest walk-on music in darts across all of darts, and you picked Tony's as the best, and it's true because even when he's not playing, they sing his name at every event.
Yeah, because Hey Hey Baby, love it, love it. It's a great walk-on music.
Right, you dancing? Are you ready?
Later on.
Okay, well, there it goes. Right, okay, let's get down to our mini-master of ceremonies, Richard Ashdown.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the British Darts Organisation, welcome to the 2016 Lakeside World Championships. We're about to get the first round underway here at the home of World Darts, the Lakeside. We now introduce to the stage the reigning Antwerp Open and Turkish Open champion, a Welsh international. He's the reigning World Cup singles champion, Jim Williams! We now introduce a former winner of 12 world ranking titles, a former World Cup singles champion. He's 3 times a Lakeside World Championship finalist. It's Silverback Tony O'Shea!
one man may be more familiar than the other, but there's a width of a darts flight between them in that stage today. Calling our first game of the 2016 League Side World Darts is John Rolling and Vassos Alexander.
Here we go then, Lakeside 2016 underway with one of the real favourites here, one of the fixtures. Every year since 2002, Tony O'Shea has been standing on that stage. Only 4 players have made more appearances than the Silverback. Today's opponent, by contrast, Jim Williams, has only been here once before, and he didn't win a set as he lost in round 1. Mind you, Williams is the seed today. He won 2 ranking titles in 2015, and O'Shea is nervously contemplating the prospect of 3 straight first round defeats. This is Lakeside 2016, England against Wales.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First set, first leg. It's Jim to throw first. Game on.
And we are underway in 2016.
57.
Tony O'Shea's had a pretty ropey old year. But I was speaking to him yesterday, and he says that he is
41.
improving. Whether or not he's going to improve enough to give Williams a real run for his money, I don't know. There's not much to split him in the betting.
83.
Yes, Williams the mild favourite, but there's very little to compensate for the experience that Silverback
95.
brings to that stage. I mentioned those 2 first round defeats in his last 2 visits. In fact, last year he lost to the eventual champion Scott Mitchell
96.
in his 2nd sudden leg defeat. First 2
125.
3 sets through to the 2nd round. First to 3 legs wins each set. If it does get to 2 sets all
45.
and 4 legs apiece, that's when we get to a sudden death leg.
One of the most likeable guys in the game is Tony O'Shea, very popular around the country.
58.
Stockport's finest, and there is his wife giving her support, living every moment.
Yeah, Jill loves
60.
her visits here.
Plenty of people in fancy dress and enjoying the atmosphere
100.
as ever.
Jimmy require 160.
I think they did play darts at Downton. So triple 20 for tops for the first leg of the match.
140.
O'Shea then, 82 to take the opening leg against the darts. 18 leaves in the top, leaves in bull now.
57.
Good effort.
Jimmy required 20.
2 hold his throw in the first leg of the match. 2 10s.
Game shot on the first leg. Jim Williams.
And that will settle him down
Tony
nicely.
to throw first.
So much experience though, Tony O'Shea. 7 major TV finals he's reached over his long
121.
career, but he hasn't had a BDO title since back in 2014.
$99. $60.
Reached 3 finals. Lost to Ted Hankey 7-6 in 2009.
45.
Reached the final again in 2012 to Tony O'Shea. Lost 7-5 to Christian Kist. And then the following year, a
100.
7-1 defeat by Scott Waits in that final. So many people here would love to see Tony O'Shea lift the world title.
Most notably him. BDO ranking has slipped a little bit. He's gone down to 24 in the BDO world rankings, and Tony would just love to be able to produce
59.
a return to form here this week. Well, that's handy, but O'Shea can check this one out in theory.
61.
Not now, though.
Would have been a nice riposte to the first maximum of Lakeside 2016. But this, treble 19 and tops for a break of throw. Can't now finish.
But O'Shea doesn't want to let this opportunity go. 62. On his own throw, composes himself, 62, that's a great first dart. Couple of 16s, that's not a bad marker. Slight adjustment along the hockey.
30.
Oh dear.
Jimmy requires 60. $21.
Very nervous final dart that.
Well, he knows where it is. Close with 2, and now in we go. O'Shea up and running.
Third leg Jim to throw first. Game on.
Interesting matchup this, isn't it? Form against
41.
experience.
And a sellout crowd here at the Lakeside. Living the moment. They're in party mood as
43.
ever.
They have been since 11 o'clock this morning.
$121.
All those New Year's resolutions, they get put back a week if you're coming to Lakeside.
Depends on your
58.
resolution, doesn't it? Might be the reverse of what most people are anticipating. You never know. Go for it. In 2016.
60. $140.
Nothing between them so far.
59.
In terms of scores and legs. But if O'Shea now can jump all over this, 140 would suit him nicely.
100.
That's not bad. It's given him a big checkout opportunity.
100. Tony, you require 160.
Here we go then. Another one of those. Tops for a 160.
120.
Well, the first 2 darts are beautiful. I can't believe that he missed the double by such a distance. Needs Shanghai here, and he can't do it now.
60.
Yep,
Tony
Shanghai is
requires
what they
40.
call it when there's a treble and a single and a double of the same number. He just needs the double, and now he needs to go down and right to double 10
Shot on the third leg.
to break the throw.
Tony O'Shea.
Tony O'Shea will like that one. He
Game
was
on.
annoyed that he missed that double top opportunity, but now, crucially maybe, a break against the throw and poised, one more leg required
60.
to take the opening set.
Just 60 to kick off though.
100.
You can be in all the form you like coming onto that Lakeside stage, but everybody says it. There's something special
60.
about playing up there. Some people can do it. Some people learn to do it, like Scott Mitchell last year. Some people just
100.
can't.
Scott Mitchell, the defending champion, not in action today. Lovely opening dart from O'Shea.
99.
Has had a 9-darter on television, Tony, back in 2007 against A.D. Lewis.
100.
The perfect leg of darts. 9 darts. Hasn't been done here since 1990.
100.
Paul Lim, American. That was Jim Williams' wife, Natalie, watching on.
100.
There she is, hoping that her husband might become the 4th world champion. Leighton Rees, Richie Burnett and Mark Webster, all gone before. It's a good visit from O'Shea.
Jimmy require 101.
Very steady leg from Jim Williams. 4 scores of a ton. Double 12 he now needs.
77.
Well, O'Shea can put this away now. 91, going the bull route. 16 would leave a bull. Bullseye now for the set.
Ooh. 66.
By fractions, but Williams can make him pay.
24.
Must make him pay. Must hit double 12. Now double 6 to keep the set alive, and does.
And with that dart, of course, the advantage now switches to Williams, because he has the dart in what would be the deciding leg now in this opening set.
Another steady ton to kick us off from Jim Williams. And I'll tell you what, when he's missing, he's not missing by much.
100.
Well, some good fancy dress here today.
57.
52,000 quid is the prize for a 9-darter here, if it happens at any stage of this competition this week.
We were wondering, weren't we, because it's not as usual in the programme, so we wondered if they thought it's not going to happen.
41.
But no, it will be paid, the 50 grand, 52 grand if it happens.
Shea's effectively taken the darts here. It's unfortunate. If that had been a treble 19, he'd have been nicely set. So Shea 200 required, and effectively has 6 darts from here. Needs a treble.
40.
Throwing that one somewhere from square leg, wouldn't he?
Well, these are good darts.
137.
Outstanding from Williams, and it puts O'Shea under pressure. Williams in a strong position now. No check out for O'Shea on this occasion. That's a loose one.
78.
Nice cover shot though.
Jimmy requires 66.
Here we go then for the set, for his first ever set on that stage. He lost 3-0 2 years ago on his debut. Tops he needs for the set.
Getting shot on the first set, Jim Williams. Second set, first leg, Tony to throw first. Game on.
Few signs of nerves there.
100.
Well, I think Tony will feel that that's one that got away. He's got to put it behind him.
39. 100.
Jim Williams seeded 12 in this competition by virtue of his 2 ranking tournament victories this year. Turkish Open and the Antwerp Open. Beat Martin Phillips, the Welsh captain, in the final of that Turkish Open, and Sven Verdonk in the Antwerp final.
And he's brought plenty of friends from Powys, where he lives.
60.
Tony O'Shea, a massive Stockport County fan.
137.
Oh, there's Jane, Jim's mum. So far, so good, Jane.
60. Tony requires 64.
So 64 for the opening leg of this second set. 16 leaves tops. Well, that's one way of doing it.
24.
The raise of the eyebrow.
He'll be back.
Well, he's trying to rev himself up, is Tony O'Shea.
40.
A bit fortunate with that double 8, double top now though. It's all behind him. 10. This is a big one.
20. Jimmy requires.
He's already
46.
missed 10 darts at a double, Tony O'Shea. Double 10.
130. Tony
So
requires
double 10
20.
then for O'Shea. There you go. He's only got 2 out of 12 prior to that, but that'll settle him down and puts him ahead. Wife, it's as though she's suffering some serious stress watching this.
That's unlucky.
120.
That 60 points on the floor he's picking up, that came in and out of the treble 20.
60.
It was a bounce out. O'Shea yet to hit a maximum. He's only had one visit of 140 or more.
100.
And that's his 15th ton.
$81. $59.
Warm as ever here today at the Lakeside Arena. Capacity crowd, complete sellout on this opening day.
100. Jimmy Require, 100.
And he has 6 darts for it, with O'Shea back on 182. Double 10 then to level up this set.
80.
Move the wire, but he'll have 3 more darts when he returns. O'Shea, well, he'd hope for a 140 ton.
54. Jimmy Require, 20.
See Tony O'Shea struggling with the temperature up there as Williams applies the heat to go back on level terms.
Game on.
Some of the other players watching on. There's Wesley Harms, seeded 5 this year.
60.
Sparky, they call him, former electrician from the Netherlands, very good player. He's becoming a bit of a fixture here.
And certainly somebody with a chance.
59.
Stephen Bunting around, 2014 champion. And
60.
the 2006 champion, Jelle Klassen, paid a visit down here after his victory to go into the semi-finals of the PDC Championship.
59.
Yeah, those semis happening today. A few miles east
80.
of here. This is round 1 of the BDO. First to 3 sets into the second round. Now, will it be this man, Tony O'Shea, a veteran of 14 previous Lakeside World Championships, or will it be Jim Williams, the seeded player,
140.
who's only playing his second match up on that stage?
Both on 161. O'Shea, he's frustrated with his own darts he's producing at the moment. He's not quite
100.
firing.
Jimmy Require, 161.
It's all very inconsistent, isn't it?
But 61, when he comes back, would get that 2-1 advantage. All Williams can hope for is to get a decent score, to apply a bit of pressure on that 61, and he can't do it. O'Shea nicely poised here to regain the advantage. Double 16.
29. Jimmy Require, 180.
Well, there's the treble 20, so 18 will leave tops.
78.
Good checkout levels are sort of round about the 40-50% mark, and both these lads are very much lower than that, but that improves O'Shea's percentage. 4 out of 15 now, and he goes 2-1 up.
Throw first. Game on.
Yeah, anything over 50%, they bite your hand off for.
83.
But anything under 30, they're disappointed with. And both players currently, their checkout percentages under 30.
60.
Little growl of frustration from O'Shea as he took his darts out of the board.
100.
The silverback in him talking.
That's more like it. Hello. There it is. His first 180 of the tournament, putting him in a very handy position.
137.
Nice reply, nice cover on the 19s from Jim Williams.
Not on a finish though.
57.
Neither's O'Shea. Just when he wanted a big hit, it wasn't there.
Back into the 19s.
34.
Unerringly.
Nicely poised. 204 then, O'Shea. Could do with another one.
100. Jimmy required 47.
Double 16 he needs. Double 8 just above. Yes.
And shot on the fourth leg. Jim Williams.
So once again we're going to a deciding leg in this second set.
All going with the throw. O'Shea under pressure now.
59.
Can't afford to lose another set. First to 3 sets, and if you were to lose this leg, then the spectre of a potential first round defeat would
60.
become only too real.
After reaching the final in 2013, Tony O'Shea lost in round 1 to
46.
Martin Adams 3-0. Lost in a sudden death leg to Scott Mitchell in the first round last year. Desperate not to make it a hat-trick of first round defeats.
60.
But he must, you feel, win this leg if he's to have a chance.
100. 140.
Could do with a big score here.
60.
And it's just 60.
One of the players taking the opportunity to check out the atmosphere. They've all had a throw up on stage this morning
100.
just to see how it looks. There's Richard Veenstra alongside Wesley Harms. Veenstra making his lakeside debut this year.
94. Jimmy require 141.
This is for the set, for a 2-set lead. It can't be done. But here he's applying massive pressure
95.
to Tony O'Shea and that 142.
142 to stay alive in this set then, and he can't do it now. And he will just have to hope that Williams' nerve cracks,
41.
and he's looked pretty
Jimmy
handy
requires
in that
46.
respect. Now 46 to take this set. Double 16, double 8. And he's got it, he's 2 sets ahead. And now O'Shea really has his sizable back against the wall.
Third set, first leg, Jim to throw first. Game on.
Williams with the 2-set lead. Williams with the advantage of throwing first in this third set.
46.
Here's O'Shea staring at another first round
100.
defeat. 2 in the last 2 years, 6 in total for him. But he's also reached 3 finals.
140.
Beads of perspiration on his face. He struggled, I think, with the conditions today, the warmth up there on the stage. That's a solid 140. Check out percentages. Williams, you see, has just got a marginal advantage, but he's got it when it's needed it. And that gives him the 2-set advantage.
83.
Yeah, both of those sets that Williams won went to a deciding leg.
65.
And on neither occasion did Tony O'Shea throw a dart for the set.
It's a good dart. And again. Now he thinks. That's a sensible route.
138. Jimmy require 150.
At least he's still thinking. Treble 18 for double 18. Double 18, this will be something.
114.
Close, very close. Now
Tony
tops
require
for
40.
O'Shea to take this leg against the throw. That is so important to O'Shea's chances of extricating himself from a very, very difficult position.
Tony to throw first. Game on.
If he can get on a little roll,
81.
then you just never know.
Great cover shots from
134.
Williams. Switching to the 19s.
He's been metronomic down there, hasn't he? The last 5 darts at treble 19 have all
60.
found the green bit.
Williams has effectively taken the throw by virtue of that previous visit, and he's not
43.
really capitalised there. A bit of Downton Abbey come gorilla. A bit warm in that suit.
58.
He's got to be cheering for the silverback, hasn't he? He's found a little bit of something better here, Tony O'Shea. And the 120 check out, very makeable.
100. Tony requires 120. 56.
Well, 166 is not a finish. 170 is the biggest one. And then there's a couple of bogey numbers where you can't take them out in 3 darts, and 166 is one of them.
Tony requires 64.
So 64 for O'Shea to go 2 ahead. Great first dart, leaving him double 8. That should be handy. Oh,
56.
Unlucky. Unlucky.
Jimmy require 106.
Well, double 16, and this would hurt.
90.
O'Shea breathes again.
Tony require 8.
Double 4. Got to take this. That should be a good marker. Too much of an adjustment. Tugged it left and then drags the double 2 down, and he can't believe
Jimmy
it.
requires 16.
To level the set.
Right
Right in the middle of the bed.
That's a big, big leg that slipped away for O'Shea. He should have taken that.
Straight back in the treble 20, Jim Williams.
139.
He's got a bit of swagger about him now.
Deciding to go for that treble 19 with the 3rd dart because of the lie of the first 2, making the adjustment. Darts aficionados know that, of course, and know about the cover shot, the switch down below, but that's why they do it.
60. $38.
He's always here. Jackie over from Belgium. Great darts supporter. There's people who make this pilgrimage year after year, and he's one of them.
$57.
Well, you're talking about bogey numbers, and Williams on one of them. No check out on 165.
41.
But he will be back to look at 124 with Tony O'Shea back on 266. Needs a big score. He's getting one so far.
Unlucky.
120.
Just kissed the barrel, so close to being a 180.
Treble 18 would leave him bullseye. Bullseye for a 2-1 lead in this 3rd set.
99.
Would have left him a leg
146.
away. 146 is big. And
can't be done.
Yeah, can't now be taken out. So Williams with a big
58.
opportunity to move to the brink of a victory.
25.
Double 8. And takes it out. Only one more leg required, and he'll have a 3 sets to love victory and a place in the second round. Quoted the 11-8 on favourites before this match began, Jim Williams. Almost a pick and match so far as the bookies were concerned. But he's been pretty solid.
140 from Tony O'Shea, and straight back into the treble 20 at the start of this leg. Perhaps the scoreboard is freeing up his arm a little. Needs it to.
Well, if he doesn't hold on to his throw here, O'Shea, it's good night and thank you, or good afternoon and thank you. Start the taxi, whatever euphemism you care to use.
Back in Stockport by Tito.
125.
I think he'll be around for a little while yet. He likes to sample the atmosphere, sometimes gets behind the microphone.
140.
He's actually remarkably good at it.
136 then for O'Shea. He's got 6 darts from here because Williams on no checkout.
60.
Well, you'd have hoped for more than that, but 76 makeable. Anxious times for Jill.
60. Tony, you require 76.
Okay then, Tony. 25 for Bull. Oh, he's hit the bullseye.
60.
So Williams, 141 for the match. Can't be done.
65.
So
Tony,
double
you
8 to
require
stay
60.
alive.
Going shot on the fourth leg. Tony O'Shea.
Jill enjoyed that.
Big leg Jim to throw
He still
first.
cherishes
Game
his hopes, but Williams with the darts.
100.
It's a nice solid start. If he hits the tons, it's going to put O'Shea under big pressure to be getting huge numbers. It's not lying nicely.
60.
Another set goes the distance.
81.
Will it go the same way as the first 2? Will it go to Wales? Or can Tony O'Shea find something? Needs to find the treble 20.
59.
Winner of this could potentially be heading towards a second round match against the Dutchman who we saw watching and keeping an eye on form, Wesley Harms.
60.
Looking as though it's going to go the way of the Welshman at the moment.
140.
Good shooting.
But so's this.
120.
That's one out of the bed. That was a bounce out. How unlucky is that? 140 when he comes back. O'Shea, well, he's looking at the very small target, trying to
98.
adjust to get the treble 18.
Jim, you require 140.
Match point again. Another treble 20 for double 10 for the match. This is a match dart for Jim Williams, the 12th seed. Oh, what a way to do it.
Jim Williams.
He has knocked out Tony O'Shea, one of Lakeside's true gentlemen. And a gracious loser, as you can see, but Jim Williams, in only his second visit, has produced the big performance that he knew he was capable of. Williams is through.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we say goodbye to silverback Tony O'Shea. But through to the next round, it's Jim Williams.
Well, he came